I play Mr. Memory, who is essentially represented as a sideshow artist with a photographic memory and one of the heavies. And the heavies are basically fake police officers. She'll know we're not the real police! Shut up! Who are constantly causing trouble and are always involved in chaos.
Hi, I'm Kat. I play a multitude of characters in the 39 Steps. I play the compere, as I am dressed right now. I play one of the two heavies who work for Professor Jordan. I also play the crofter, who I share with Vincent as well every night. They are all these characters that are brought to a disruption by the chaos that Hannah brings into the story.
Golly! Hello, my name's Reese. I play Richard Hannay in the 39 Steps, who is the protagonist of the story, who's sort of swept up into this tale of intrigue and deception and craziness when he runs into Annabella Schmidt at the London Palladium. Now look here.
Yes.
Do I get to know your name?
You don't want to know my name.
Don't I?
Schmidt.
Schmidt.
Annabella Schmidt.
Well, Annabella Schmidt, it was you who fired that gunshot in the theatre, wasn't it?
I'm Liv, and I play Annabella Schmidt, Detective Chief Superintendent Albright, and the cat, otherwise known as Marley Serafina Epiphany Roy. Take a guess as who I'm dressed as. Annabella Schmidt is the femme fatale. She kind of kicks off this whole crazy story that we go on. They got me, Richard. They will get you next. Only you can stop them now. The cat is Professor Jordan's little sidekick who gets hurt along the way so many times. Chief Detective Inspector Albright is hard to describe in one word, but he takes interest in Mr. Memory, I'll say that.
You're from Annabella Schmidt. Tell me, do you have any news?
Hello, my name is Vincent, and in the 39 Steps, I primarily play Professor Jordan, and I also have the privilege of getting to present two other characters, which are the pilot, and I share the role of the crofter with Katerina. Professor Jordan, on the surface, appears to be an Englishman, but it is actually revealed that he is a German, so exploring that was lots and lots of fun, getting to dive into that accent.
Are you sure it wasn't this one?
The crofter was a Scottish man in the Highlands, so getting to delve into the physicality of that every night was super fun as well. And the pilots had to have quite a royal sort of voice, so going into bits of RP and really eschewing my words, which is quite fun.
Hi, my name's Nikayla, and I play 4 different characters in the 39 Steps. I play a pilot, Mrs. Jordan, or Louisa Jordan, who is the wife of Professor Jordan, who is the antagonist of this play. I play the sheriff of the county. Take him to the county jail! Right away, sir! And I also briefly play an usher.
Hi, my name is Lily. I play Pamela Edwards in the 39 Steps. Pamela is a young woman who is travelling by train before she is interrupted in her carriage by a man named Richard Hannay in a very interesting way.
Darling, how lovely to see you. I'm terribly sorry. I don't...
She is then swept up in the whirlwind that is the 39 Steps.
Excuse me, sir, madam, but have either of ye have seen this man passing in the last few minutes? His name is Richard Hannay, and he's extremely dangerous.
Yes!
Hi, my name is Micah Doughty, and in the 39 Steps production, I play many roles. I play Salesman 1, I play Policeman 1, I play a paperboy, as well as Dunwoody, who's a Scottish old spokesperson, and also Mr. McGarrigle, who I'm currently costumed as.
Have ye no luggage?
Oh, yes, of course. It's, in the car.
And Mr. McGarrigle is a sort of Scottish old inn owner as well.
Paper, read all about it, read all about it. Hello, my name is Violet. I play Policeman 2, Salesman 2, Porter, Mr. McQuarrie, and Mrs. McGarrigle. Oh, runaway couple like I thought you were, the romance of it. My characters are side characters that come in and out of the play. They're super large, super big characters, personality-wise and physically-wise.
Good Lord, what is it?
Woman murdered in fashion
Would you believe it? Go on.
Stabbed in the back. Portland Place. Terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. So, the story of the 39 Steps as a play begins with Richard Hannay himself, and he suddenly decides to go and see a West End show to cheer himself up. While he's there, he runs into a German femme fatale, Annabella Schmidt, where she reveals what's going on in her life, how she's a secret agent, how she's been on the run from men that are chasing her. That sounds like a spy story.
That's exactly what it is.
But before they can pursue this information together, she is killed by someone in the shadows, which then sends Hannay on the journey solo to find Outnar Shellac, which is where Professor Jordan, who is a person of interest in this tale of the 39 Steps, can be found. Professor Jordan then reveals himself to be the villain of the story, much to Hannay and the audience's shock.
We were all very excited, I think, when we first got the script because it's very comedic and energizing and quite different from what we've done before, with all the clowning and jokes and high energy like chases and physicality and all that stuff.
We were so privileged to be able to work with a professional director on this play, and working with Claudia Barrie has been amazing. Every single day in our rehearsal room, it was filled with so much fun and laughter and play and exploration. She really encouraged us and helped us to find our inner clown by creating a safe space for us in the rehearsal room to explore our characters and the play. Being directed by someone who has such a passion for comedy in a comedy play really enriched our experience and made it so special for us, and we were all really, really grateful to be able to have learnt from her.
During the actual run of the shows, it was so fun because each night we would kind of switch up what we would say, whether it was the line that we were saying or the intention behind it or the action, and it was really interesting to be able to see how each choice that we made reacted differently with each audience.
The Highlands, next up the Highlands! Anything suspicious, let us know, sir!
Most of my character work surrounded vocal and physical work to kind of create habitual movements. My character that got me into the character immediately, like the way that I walked and the ergonomics of my character. Like, I'm dressed up as Mr. Macquarie right now, and he walks in a very specific way that, you know, he would put all his weight on his cane and he would move his hand to steady him. And so there was very, very much different ways that I trained my body so I wouldn't hurt myself. Like the first time when I first started doing Mr. Macquarie, my back was killing me. Also a big part is accent. Each of my characters have a different accent, and I wouldn't have been able to do these accents as well as I did do them if it wasn't for the voice work that I've done here, and being able to point out the vowel sounds and the consonant sounds and my tongue placement and my lip placement. Like, that stuff is so specific. My salesman has an Estuary accent, my policeman has got a Scottish accent, Mr. Macquarie's got a Scottish accent, and Mrs. McGarrigle's got a Scottish accent, but each accents are incredibly difficult and incredibly different from each other.
Is your name Richard Hannay?
Oh, fine, thanks, how's your missus?
Oh, they're raining winters and down the glen, you wanna be running.
That was basically where my character work came from, was for more physical and voice work.
Gets me, Professor Jordan!
A lot went into creating this play, especially in terms of the production element. As you can see here, like, all the props are very literal, they're all here. We don't mime a telephone, we simply have a telephone. Unless it is merely impossible to have it here on the stage, everything is here as it is. As well as sound, I did a lot of the sound effects, the digital ones, and we worked out all the cues, and there was heaps of them, but we worked it out and we timed it all with our blocking, and yeah, it was great. And then on top of that, I worked with Micah Dowdy to do Foley sounds as well, and we had a Foley booth just over here where we had a microphone set up, and then we cracked like a plastic bag for a fireplace, or we had like a sort of screw for like a car battery being dead sound. We had a multitude, even balloon popping for a gunshot. So many things. On top of that, we also have puppets that come behind us, as you can see behind me right now. We had a whole team of us that made them from scratch pretty much, and we just had so much that went into creating this whole world that is the 39 Steps.
I love the fact that in the scripts, there's lots of jokes that are in there that aren't at first glance noticeable, and we're able to use physicality around it to sort of evolve the joke and be able to extend it further for an audience. A particular memory that I have is the smelly bog scene, where we were all laughing so hard in the rehearsal room because we had just decided to make a squelching sound of using our foot by using fart noises. And it's the most ridiculous thing, but it's hilarious. And when I was discovering the character for Professor Jordan, we also tried to find what I could use to make myself look more cliche of an evil. And so we found this cat, which is actually a puppet. And so whilst we were moving it around, you know, we found that for the car scene, there needed to be something that got hit. And so we just went, oh, let's use the cat. And so by the time that we threw it up, you know, we had created a gag out of it. And then you continue to advance and further the gags in the show, because then later on when I'm patting the cat again, we decided to get it a cone as reference to how it had been hit earlier in the show. So just looking for endless amounts of material to mine in the show has been one of the funnest parts of it as well.
Where are we now? I'll have a look. Nottingham, Chippenham, Birmingham, Buckingham, Billingham, Downton Abbey, and here we are, Edinburgh Town.
I think a important thing that I learnt during this rehearsal process and this whole production is the vital importance of teamwork and collaboration, especially in the 39 Steps with its many different components of live sound and Foley, which I was a part of as well, costuming and props and advertising and finances and everything like that. I think it really goes to show how important teamwork and collaboration is, and especially during performances when, you know, things don't go as planned, having such a good group of people who have each other's backs is a real comfort. And you know when you perform that you have these people around you who are all on this one mission to put on a really great play and to have a purpose that's all unified. And I think that's something that I've really, really enjoyed, and I think I just really want to continue implementing that in anything I do in the future.
The audience reaction to the play was probably the best audience I think I've ever had the pleasure of performing in front of. They were consistently engaged and followed along every part of the story, and like, as an actor who loves to receive audience engagement and loves to get a lot from the audience, it was the best thing to just hear a laugh at every little joke, even at things that weren't funny, that ended up every night would get a laugh. Like me having a drink out of the decanter apparently was really funny. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think we had a really great audience personally. So thank you for everyone who came to watch. It meant the world. Mwah.